Hey everybody, it's Bruce and Adam here broadcasting from WaterBear, the College of Music in the heart of Brighton. And today we're going to ask ourselves an important question, and that is, with everything that's going on in the world, should musicians retrain?
Yeah, so it's a hot topic this. There's been a lot made of this. It's gone out on social media and a lot of people got a lot to say about it. And really, in my mind, it's a bit of a non-issue. Certainly, in terms of the way the music industry has been over the last 20 or 30 years, anyone that's been in music around that time has known how much it's changed, how much you have to adapt to that, how much we've all had to upskill and do different things and try and look at making money in different ways. So there has been this kind of total kind of skill development process for a very long period.
Well, that's kind of obvious to anyone who's involved in professional music, but I suppose what the media are getting at is, should you just give it all up and do something else?
I think that's a bit of
that's the weird thing.
Very, very weird, because it's the idea that if you do that one thing, if you're a musician, that's just what you do, that one thing. So you should kind of give that up and go and do something else. I think it's important to make the point that developing new skills in whatever you do, in whatever walk of life you're in, is important, and everybody should have an open mind to upskilling and developing their skills and broader skill sets. I think that's quite important. But the idea that you would give up the one thing that you want to do and you're good at and you love doing, just put that all over there and go and be happy doing this other thing over here, just seems to be very counterproductive and not really helpful.
People forget that the music industry had huge challenges in the recent past. So if you go back to 1999, that was probably the peak of the traditional music industry. It's turning over $25 billion worldwide. It was almost like printing money because it was physical formats, being made cheaply and sold expensively. And then something very fundamental happened when it became possible to file share music online, and the industry couldn't control it, and effectively music was devalued because it could be shared freely.
So it kind of went off a cliff. The traditional industry, there was no money in recorded music anymore. It was becoming free and therefore without any monetary value. But then in 2014, the kind of curve started coming back when people finally realised how to make money out of digital music and monetize streaming, and with new models and new approaches and innovations in the music industry, with the DIY artists going direct to fans, things started to change and turn around for the better. But I guess that cycle, and now of course it's fantastic when you look at the 2019 figures from UK music. It's there's something like 5 billion that music generates towards the UK economy.
A large percentage of that being exports as well.
3 billion on exports, nearly 200,000 jobs in the music industry in the UK alone. I mean, it's a fantastic place to be, you know.
But that research was pre-lockdown.
Pre-lockdown, pre-COVID, that's just...
So of course, the lifeblood of the industry, the live music sector, has completely stopped and hasn't started back up again yet. And yet we do see some green shoots. We can see credible reports of a working vaccine potentially, and we can see live music and festival organisers being confident enough to put dates on sale for 21. So it really feels like we're about to get back to work, and essentially nothing has changed, because we're still going to have those portfolio careers. We're still going to train all the time and develop lots of income streams, which will be our vehicle for having a long-term career. But we're not going to give up music, particularly on this myth that other careers are more stable. It's nonsense. We live in a time of artificial intelligence getting better and better at doing more human activity. We also live in a time where in the mainstream employment, in the corporate sector, redundancy, restructuring and all that stuff is very common.
All the time, yeah, very, very common. I think the further we go, the obvious thing is that the creatives and innovators that think creatively and create new things, that's the thing that you can't really duplicate. So certainly in our sector, it's more important than ever that people continue doing this. And after this period of lockdown and COVID and coming out the other side and looking forward to live music and gigs and new things and new ways of doing it, it's so exciting. And just thinking about getting back to going to gigs again and playing and seeing live music, it's going to sort of, there'll be this kind of rebirth kind of vibe.
Yeah, it'll be rebooted and it'll be re-energised, and the opportunities will go to forward-thinking, probably young, entrepreneurial people. And you know, it's for nobody else to tell us how to design our future or how to design our careers. We've been doing it for decades now, and we're going to keep doing it.
So keep playing, keep making music. Don't give it all up and go and become a bus driver. Nothing wrong with that, but if you're not a bus driver already, it's probably not the thing to do. You just got to keep making music.
The future belongs to creatives and problem solvers, and it's up to us to design our lives and decide our own futures.